Hello everybody, this is Kiereek here, and today I'm doing a review video for Metro Last Light, part of my review and release series. Now this is the original version for PC, not the Redux version, or Redo version, however we say it. So keep in mind, some things have changed if you buy the new version. Now, what is Metro Last Light? It's a first-person shooter. It's a sequel to Metro 2033. It's a post-nuclear world. You'll fight mutants, other humans, different factions. There's communists, there's fascists, all that stuff like that. It involves stealth, it involves shooting. It's got a really deep story. It's a dense story. It's good. It's in detail, good characters. It is linear, though. It's not an open world event. Now, the pros of this game, like I said before, a great story. I think it's even better than 2033, and I really liked 2033. In this one, you're still playing as Artyom. It has assumed one of the endings from 2033, so if you played that one to the end, it doesn't matter because the game doesn't send a save file over or anything, but it assumes one of the two endings. And yeah, you basically get into more wacky trouble in the Metro, and I think they really did a good job of tying it down to more relatable characters and kind of a more motivation, I'd say, as well for yourself. Now, there's varying environments. They're amazing. I think the design is awesome. They look awesome. I don't know how they managed to do it, but everything, it's just so like wickedly realistic sometimes. I don't know if you see my gameplay video. There's one point there where I'm running away from the, I can't remember, I think it's the fascists, yeah. And things are like sparking. Like, it looks so real. There's light effects. It's great. And even though a lot of the gameplay takes place in, I would say, kind of colorless environments, you know, as sewers, even the wasteland is not that exciting. It really does a good job of making everything feel fresh and lively throughout the thing. Like, you see the places people are living, and it looks lived in. They look like they're having lives, right? Things are happening. There's tons of dialogue everywhere. Like, you don't even have to listen to it. They're just sitting around the table, they're chatting, and you can sit there and listen to it. I like to sit and listen. Now, the stealth in this game, I'd say it's more predictable than 2033, which is a good thing. In 2033, there was times I was like, I'm definitely hidden. And then they saw me and shoot 'em ups happened. In this one, I feel like it's really obvious they're going to see you or they're not. And you have the little light in your watch that lets you know if you are visible. It's pretty great. And as a result of that, it's possible to avoid a lot of fights. You don't have to go in there guns blazing. In fact, to get the best ending, arguably best, you basically have to kill very few, if not anyone, other than the people you absolutely must, like the game requires you to. So you have to use stealth a lot of the time. It also helps you survive. Now, the auxiliary weapon control, I'm talking throwing knives, claymores, grenades. I found this one much better. I didn't realize how it worked at first, but once I figured it out, it's definitely, I thought, a little easier than 2033. I'm glad to see them making improvements. Finally, the AI isn't all-knowing anymore. I felt like in the last game, they knew a lot of things they shouldn't, like where I was at all times and things like that. Whereas in this one, I can kind of, again, I can start to shoot them up, right? I can start a battle, a fight, or whatever, and then I can hide, and they'd be like, where'd he go? And they won't be able to find me. And I can hide again and do stealthy stuff. I like that. You know what I mean? It's rather than they just constantly search you out and mow you down. Now, the cons for this game, there are some forced battles. Not so much against people, but against creatures. So there's one you fight like a mama mutant, and I ran out of ammo, man. I don't know if I got that clip in here, but I ran out of ammo, and it sucked. And I was like, what do I do? So I had to keep knifing her and like ridiculous running, dodging. I was like, this shouldn't have been mandatory. There's another one where you fight a mutated bear thing, and it was really hard. And again, I waste a lot of ammo doing these fights. And I'm not really, especially when you play on Ranger difficulty, ammo is not always that plentiful. So I didn't really appreciate that. Now, it's really, really hard to get the alternate ending. Like I mentioned before, you basically have to kill no one other than the people you're forced to. You have to make all the right decisions. And I don't know, for the achievement, I don't think it's really worth it for me unless I did it the first time around. I'm not that good at the game. I'm not that dedicated. So it's kind of a little bit too tough, in my opinion. The mutants, they really could use some more variation. You do have a few different kinds. right? You got librarians, you got the demons, you got those weird shrimp things that come out of the water, and then you got your regular Nosalises and things like that. But I don't know, man. You see so many Nosalises, they kind of lose effect. Even those shrimp things, they really pissed me off. I hated them after a while. So for the score, gameplay-wise, I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 3. I think the gameplay is really awesome. There's very little in it that is wrong. You know what I mean? I can't say it's perfect. Nothing's really perfect, but this is pretty darn close. Shooting feels right. The only time it doesn't is I find when you're firing from the hip, it didn't always go where I thought I was going to go, but I guess that's firing from the hip. Controls feel right. Everything's fluid. Yeah, I've heard very little complaint about in gameplay. The Addiction, I gave it a 1.5 out of 2. I think I kept coming back. I just kept coming back because of this story, right? It's a great story. It keeps you drawn in, and you'll come back for more. I really like the DLC as well. I didn't find that quite as addicting, but we'll get back on that in a sec anyway. Reliability, I give it a 1 out of 1. It is completely reliable. It ran pretty smoothly, even with my shit computer. The only thing I had to do was because I didn't have an NVIDIA graphics card anymore, I had disabled the advanced physics. Otherwise, I had a really choppy frame rate at the beginning. I guess because it's trying to do NVIDIA magic, and we don't want that. For the atmosphere, like I said before, they really did world building to a T, right? Everywhere in the metro, it's perfect. It looks lived in. You feel like it's I don't know, a struggle, right? But at the same time, people are living their lives. They have the things people need: food, whorehouses, you know what I mean, livelihoods. It's all there. Atmosphere is perfect. I give it a 2 out of 2. For the replay value, I'm only giving it a 1 out of 2, partially because once you play through it once, the only reason to go back and play again is either you really enjoy the story, you want the second ending, or you want to go get some achievements. I don't really think that's enough motivation. Achievements shouldn't be motivation to go back all the time, especially in a game like this that's broken up into chapters. The alternate ending is not enough motivation. I can't see that. And for story games, I don't usually rate them high on replay value. Like I said, again, it does have DLC. It offers quite a variety. There's kind of an open world one where you collect artifacts. There's a sniper one. There's one you get to play as Nazis. There's a tower, not necessarily tower defense, but like a survival kind of one. So there's a lot there, but again, not really replayable, even just adding to the original time. That means the total score is a 8 out of 10. Very respectable score. I think this game is definitely an improvement on Metro 2033. Again, I got it from a Humble Bundle. Like, oh no, that's not true. I got it with my GTX 660 Ti over 3 years ago, and that video card crapped out on me before I actually got to play this game. So I guess this game stands the test of the time. The NVIDIA graphics card did not. Thanks for watching, guys. Watch some more videos. I also have a gameplay video up for this, and of course I have many other videos in the review and release series. And if you're not into that, there's plenty of other things on there. There's Let's Plays, I've got driving videos, so check them all out. In the meantime, have fun, stay safe, and thanks for watching.